Travels with Phil continues from southeastern Colorado. As you can see by the marker here, Sand Creek Battleground, November 29th, 30th, 1864. It's one of the rare occasions where somebody wearing a war bonnet is actually accurate. This is, I don't know, one of the most offensive acts ever taken by a military group against American Indians. There were about 200 Cheyenne and Arapaho killed here, right along this creek. This is Sand Creek, where you see the tree lines here. This was a peaceful village. The Indians had moved here because they were told this was a safe place to be. And then military forces under Colonel John Shivington, working somewhat with the agreement of Governor John Evans of Colorado, came in here, no warning, attacked. Black Kettle was one of the leaders out here. He had American flag up above his teepee, peace medals given to him. He was told that, you can come here, you'll be safe. And this is where the Army came in to kill them. As I say, 200 some odd people killed out there, mostly a lot of women and children as well. Women and children continued as the Army came in from over here on the right, and some of them came in over from here on the left. The women and children ran that way. The men started doing defensive actions, and the women would go down there along the banks, the far line of trees down there, and they would dig into the sand banks of the creek, one of the reasons why it's called Sand Creek, and to hide. And because they wouldn't come out, the Army opened fired with cannons to kill even more. To approach this area, you stay up on the top of the hill. You don't actually go down into the creek with the requests of the elders of the Cheyenne and Arapahoes. They don't. They request that people don't go into the creek itself because the body remains. Not that you're going to see bones down there, but that's where the people died, and there may still actually be remains of some sort. Now, obviously, the Park Service will go down there. It took a long time to get this park. The farmer who owned it didn't want to sell it, or was asking, a large amount more than what anything else in the neighborhood was. So it took some while. No offense against the farmer. Took some while to get this into being a park. I came through here, I think, in 2003, and at that point, evidently the ownership had changed, but the Park Service had not opened it up yet. And so I would not cross barbed wires that say no trespassing. So this is my first time to be up here, actually over the scene. See some of the interesting plant life that's out here. There's a wide variety, even though it looks like a whole lot of scrubland, high chaparral. These are some of the signs here. Chief Black Kettle, all we ask is that we have peace with the whites. We want to take good tidings home to our people, that they may sleep in peace. This is a meeting. This is a Black Kettle right here. This is a Major Wine Coop, Captain Soul, and several of the other Cheyennes and other folks that met with him. This is John Evans, who was governor. All citizens of Colorado go in pursuit, kill, and destroy all hostile Indians that infest the plains. Now, this isn't just my opinion about the vicious nature of this attack. This is the Sand Creek brochure, and on the back here it says, "The Congressional Joint Committee on the Conduct of the War." See the quote right there. "It is difficult to believe that beings in the form of men and disgracing the uniform of United States soldiers and officers could commit or countenance such acts of cruelty and barbarity." And the reason why they say that is the dead were mutilated by the soldiers, American soldiers. Mean, nasty things were done to body parts. Parts of bodies were taken and used as trinkets amongst some of the soldiers. Other soldiers said, we're not going to participate. We're not going to be involved in this. Once they realized where it was they were going, some of the soldiers thought they were going after Indians who were fighting some of the settlers. The gold had just recently been discovered about several years prior to this, and that's one of the reasons why the conflicts really began. But some, so that's all history now, but it's taken a long time to have things continue on. The Cheyenne and Arapaho do come out here every once in a while. You can see here, this is text in their languages. So, right here. June 2nd, 2008, the first burial of human remains from the Sand Creek Massacre occurred in this area. It is anticipated additional remains and objects from the massacre will be interred here in the future. So, a sacred site and atrocities committed here as well. Travels with Phil continues.